Welcome back. Look at that glass. So I was reading about how to kind of turbo your fuzzy navel. Fuzzy navel? Yeah, peach schnapps and orange juice. So anyway, I think this is really more like a cherry revolution with apricot brandy. And what the hell, I put half a shot of sherry in there too, since I have it. Shot of vodka, shot of apricot brandy, half a shot of sherry, and then just fill the sucker up with orange juice and put a cherry in it. Much more refreshing on a hot day like today to have a big tall drink. Now, I lied to you last week. This is not the movie where the guy had the nice hair. And now I'm really disturbed because I can't remember what that movie was. Like, old lady in the West and her son, I think, turned into maybe kind of a werewolf or a Bigfoot. And he had this really well-groomed hair. Anyway, this is not that movie. I may have already covered that movie. And this isn't even really a Western, but it takes place in the West. This is The Beast of Yucca Flats. Starring Douglas Miller, Barbara Francis, Larry Atten, Bing Stafford. Special guest star playing a double role, Tor Johnson as the Beast. Featuring Tony Cardoza, Eric Tomlin, Marcia Knight, with John Morrison, Jim Oliphant, Linda Belima, George Prince, Alan and Ronald Francis. So, all of the Francis families in here. You'll see why in a second. But yeah, The Beast of Yucca Flats. Best poster I could find. The Beast of Yucca Flats. 1961 Coleman Francis Productions. Directed by Coleman Francis. And he put his whole damn family in there. So it's kind of a family western double feature tonight on the Late Night Picture Show. Nepotism in the West. Starring... Which order should this go in? I'm going to say Swedish wrestler and Ed Wood crony, Tor Johnson. You know who I'm talking about. Y'all seen Plan 9 from Outer Space? The big bald cop that gets turned into a zombie? If you know Ed Wood, you know Tor Johnson. Okay, let's get to it. Sweating in my wig here. I'd take it off, but y'all don't want to see my bald head. We start with a bit of international intrigue. The famous Dr. Jaworski, Johnson, is being driven presumably to some government installation when KGB agents start chasing them. Did I say 1961? Yeah, It's the Cold War. Ruskies everywhere. Everyone is shooting at each other, and every shot is a ricochet. Yeah. They stop in the middle of Yucca Flats. And Javorsky staggers off into the desert while his bodyguard and driver shoot it out with the KGB agents. He's a scientist, you know. I want to get his hands dirty. Well, oddly enough, just as the agents win and start after Javorsky, an atomic bomb goes off nearby. Okay, Yucca Flats is a missile testing range. That they just happen to be driving through. I mean, I guess Charlie and I can drive through Area 51 on our way to the Clown Motel later this summer. Did I tell you Charlie and I are going to the Clown Motel? It's our summer vacation. And there's a Wild West cemetery right next door. And we can stop and see the Ely ghost train on the way. And then we'll drive right through Area 51 to get to the Clown Motel. Okay. The agents are convection roasted, but Javorsky somehow survives, sort of. The blast has turned him into a grumbling, savage, murderous Swedish wrestler with a burned head. I know that's a lot. Trust me, we've already heard Tor speak at this point, and let's just say that Tor had a very heavy accent and is very hard to understand. Okay? I didn't know Swedes could have such a strong accent until I heard Tor Johnson speak. Well, he runs through the desert in his tattered clothes, killing everyone he comes across. Except the chick in the car. He takes her to his cave. Erg. Yeah, I actually wrote that. Because I'm a film critic. Next, this family is on vacation. And they too take a shortcut through the missile range. Just like Charlie and I are going to do. They stop and the kids run off into the desert. Mom is worried and Pop goes looking for them. By now the local law is looking for the killer of the prior two. And Paratrooper Jim, I don't know where Paratrooper Jim come from, but yeah, he's up in a plane shooting at Pop while he's looking for his kids. Yeah, that must be the guy there. This guy looking for his kids. Let's shoot at him. Is this in Nevada? This sounds like something that would happen in my hometown, or outside of my hometown. You know, by the whorehouse. Oh wait, did I say that? I mean, legal brothel. Well, yes, Paratrooper Jim is up in his plane shooting at Pop, who is looking for his kids. Insert North by Northwest footage. Just, yeah, splice that right in. Javorsky finds them, and he chases them down a hill. Suddenly it's over. Yeah, that's the end of the movie. That's kind of a spoiler in itself. Just like that, it's over. So, I haven't read all the details on this movie because you know I'm not that kind of a film critic. I'm not like Joe Bob, who knows everything about the movie. I think he knows everything about every movie. Probably this one too. Okay. So it was kind of like they got halfway through the movie and just decided to rap one day. That's it. It's in the can. Well, it didn't turn out so good. As one might imagine when you just, pull the plug on the movie halfway through. Lots of unanswered questions despite the constant over-descriptive narration, much like an Ed Wood movie. In fact, this could have easily passed for an Ed Wood movie. But by then, Ed Wood was making quasi-pornographic documentaries. Hold on. Documentaries. You know what I'm talking about. Documentaries on the dangers of fast living. This movie might have been better if it was directed by Ed Wood. I don't know. Stephen Apostolov, or whatever his name was, did a decent enough job of making a color Ed Wood movie in 1965. Let's see what we got for next week, shall we? Monkey almost picked one right there for you. Here you go. Monkey's stoned. Let's mix these up a little bit. Oh, geez, I'm dumping them all over the floor. Right down on my clown shoe. Okay. What have we got? It's a million double feature next week on the Late Night Picture Show. Let me have another drink. Now, listen to me. I'm not slurring my words because I've been drinking. I actually do better when I've been drinking because I have tremors. So, just deal with me not being able to pronounce words because my jaw moves on its own. Next week, we have 1 million BC and 20 million miles to Earth. Right here on the Late Night Picture Show with me, Murph the Clown. Now, give me a thumbs up or give me a thumbs down. Over there, yeah. High contrast. It's all good. Leave some comments. If you know the name of that other movie with the monster son with the perfectly groomed hair, even though he's like a freaking werewolf or whatever, please comment me and tell me what that movie was called. It's going to keep me up all week. And I'm working nights at the gas station. I have a short weekend next weekend, but I'm still going to record these for you fine folks. So, there you have it. Our Western double feature, Western Skies double feature anyway, is now complete. Tune in next week for our million, not $1 million, mind you, our million theme double feature right here on the Late Night Picture Show. Good night, kids. Pleasant dreams.